I have got some really stupid book drama for you.
Book drama!
A few months ago, there were rumors that HBO was considering casting a woman in the role of Lord Voldemort.
Not a great plan.
We all had a good laugh at the idea of Lady Voldemort and moved on with our day. After all, we had other casting issues to deal with. All the drama around race-swapping Snape has to do with the fact that it'll really destabilize and rewrite the story in substantial ways. But that would pale in comparison to what would happen to this story if you turned Lord Voldemort into Lady Voldemort. Ralph Fiennes, who is a perfect Voldemort in the film series, was recently on a chat show where he said that he had briefly talked about coming back to reprise his role in this TV series, but he's not going to do it, which is fine. I think it's good to have a fresh actor. But he said something kind of alarming on the Claudia Winkleman show. I'll tell you, Tilda Swinton was mentioned somewhere as being a contender, and I think she would be amazing. No, that's not a knock against Tilda Swinton. She's a great actress, and I know she's great at playing villains. She was fantastic as the White Witch in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. There are people who get all huffy and say things like, well, why do you care so much? It's just a story. It doesn't matter. But the thing is, it does matter because these stories are important to people. There's a reason why people love them. And if you start messing around with them structurally, they stand the chance of collapsing. And so what we wanted was to see a fun screen version of a story that we love. And then we just saw someone like break our toy and then be upset that we're upset that our toy is broken. And probably the easiest metaphor that I can use to explain this is like if you were remodeling a house. Okay, let's say that you bring a contractor over and you're like to the contractor, I've got this amazing plan to remodel this house, just like modernize it and make it super good. What do you want to do? I was thinking we could knock that whole wall down and just open up the whole concept. That's a load-bearing wall. But I really want my open concept. You can knock that wall down, but then your entire house will collapse and it'll cost you a lot of money. Uh-huh. If you fundamentally don't like the structure of this house, maybe what you want is a different house? No, silly. I want to change this one, even if it doesn't make any aesthetic or financial sense. If Harry Potter is a house, Lord Voldemort is one of the pillars holding it up. It is so dangerous to mess around with this character that anyone with half a brain wouldn't even try it. We are talking about modern-day Hollywood, though, so Tom Marvolo Riddle is the name of a dangerous and disillusioned young man in the Harry Potter book series. Like many other names in the books, this one comes from a gravestone in the Greyfriars Kirkyard in Edinburgh, where J.K. Rowling went for writing inspiration. I've been there. It was so cool to see Tom Riddle's grave and then wander around the rest of the graveyard, hunting down all the references that went into the Harry Potter books. The name Tom Marvolo Riddle is part of the DNA of this story, and you need a better reason than, I just feel like it, in order to change it. Tom Marvolo Riddle is male, and I feel that this works best for his character history, the time period he grew up in, and the dynamics of the story. A lot of things would just feel different if he becomes a she. I don't buy the arguments that say it's some kind of feminist achievement to turn Lord Voldemort into Lady Voldemort because it would show that women are somehow just as capable as men, even when it comes to doing great evil. This argument is, how can I put this politely? Stupid. There are already amazing female villains in Harry Potter. Rita Skeeter, Bellatrix Lestrange, Dolores Umbridge, and many, many more. You have to willfully ignore dozens of really fascinating, consequential characters in order to make the case for Lady Voldemort on the grounds of some kind of equity. Tom Marvolo Riddle eventually goes on a terrible journey of evil self-destruction, and he scrambles the letters of his name into the phrase, I am Lord Voldemort. This is a huge character moment for Tom Riddle, as well as a key part of the plot, and you can't change Lord Voldemort to Lady Voldemort without changing his name and completely messing with the anagram. So while I think they shouldn't do this, it's stupid and pointless, and it will just destabilize the story. If you're gonna do this, let's at least brainstorm some alternatives that would fit in with the phrase, I am Lady Voldemort. Ugh, feels wrong even just saying that. I thought the baby blocks would be helpful because this is an infantile exercise. So the first option that I came up with was Dr. Maya Violet Mold, and that has a nice creepy surname as well as giving her the title of doctor so that if they're going to go this far with powerfully representing women in a way that absolutely makes me feel seen and not at all patronized, at least she's a woman in STEM. Next up is May Violet Laudarm, which it works, but it's a little difficult to pronounce. I think it's a bit awkward. It doesn't have the fun sound. So I thought, well, let's see if we could at least give Lady Voldemort the same original surname of Riddle. And so I came up with Amy Molavat Riddle, which is fun to say and sounds okay. But then I was thinking of the part in the book where later on, when Dumbledore refuses to call Tom Riddle by his name of Lord Voldemort, and he exerts power over the villain by calling him by his first name. And I'm imagining watching this show where Dumbledore turns to Lady Voldemort and goes, Amy, I'm sorry, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh. This isn't gonna work. I hope this shows you why with certain character changes, it isn't just about nitpicking. It really is about fundamentally messing with the structure of the story. And if they're going to do this, they're probably going to nuke their own show. But at least if they do, I hope they make a minimal effort. Get out the alphabet blocks, HBO, and at least do something that will re-stabilize and shore up the story once you've broken it. But my gosh, I was really looking forward to this show. And now it just... No.